How's it going, everybody? This is the Uncanny Omar from Near Mint Condition, the home of collected editions. And I just need a sound check. Sound check? Okay. Sound check is good. Sound check is good. I'm rolling solo today. My wife and kids are at the Ohio Ren Fair. So it is just me who you get today. And that's okay. We've done this before. We've gone solo before. I can do it. So yes, my wife and kids are having fun, and I am here with you fine folks on a Saturday. So yes, happy Saturday, everybody. Here's sound check. Thank you so much for that. I don't want to eliminate my gray, silly advert. Like my gray. Was there an advertisement? What's up, Lionheart? How you doing, baby? Hi from the Netherlands. That's where I'm gonna be next Friday. It's crazy. Image Comics Day for me. Transformers G1 Void Rivals. Not G1, G.I. Joe. Good for you. That's a great haul, man. No Melanie. Goodbye, Bar. Hey, what's up, man? Just Omar today. We can get through this. We say, wow. Okay, thanks a lot. Good morning. Yes, good morning, everybody. Just got Kirby's Fourth World. Can't wait to read it. What format did you get it in? Did you get the Omnibus? Did you get the Absolute Edition? Hope you're doing well, Omar. Just wanted to ask if you're confident DC will reprint the new Teen Titans Omni plus continue the line. Yes, to both. Absolutely. Whitebeard. Yes. Actually, Tina helped me stage it before she left to go to the Ren Fair with my wife and kids and her wife. And she put Whitebeard there. I was like, okay, sure. That's fine. Uncle Omar, Spectacular Spider-Man Omni arrived this week. Good, because it's out of print. Both copies. Speaking of out of print, what else is out of print is the make sure it's the standard edition of NAM Volume 1. So if you've got that pre-ordered, make sure that you're going to get a copy of it. But the standard edition cover, the direct market cover, is still in print or still in print through the distribution. Thank you so much. You're so kind, Kirk. Good morning, Omar. How have you been? I have been busy, but that's okay. Busy is good. Trying to make sure that I got enough videos lined up so I can take this big trip to Europe for about, oh my gosh, it's going to be like 10, 11 days that I'm going to be gone. But worry not. Plenty of people are going to be here to do the live stream. And I'm also going to do not the next Saturday live stream, but the one after that. So that would be not the 13th. Dom is doing that one. I will do the 20th live from Walt's Comic Shop. Knock on wood if everything goes well. Your wife and kids are having fun. Yeah, they are. That's okay. Sacrifices had to be made, man. I can't miss like 2 weeks, 3 weeks in a row just in case. Plus, I got to take my daughter somewhere in October to Chicago. So I got to be here for the people. Germany. Yes, I will be there, Carson. 20th. I can't wait, man, to meet you all. Buenos dias, Near Mint fam. Hope y'all are doing well. Hope you're doing well, buddy. William, how are you, brother? Mr. Kyle, how have you been, dude? And I hope you're having a good weekend. You still call Melanie so she can do the thing, right? You know, I don't know if the Ren Fair is anything like our Kentucky Ren Fair. There ain't no signal, man. They're in the middle of nowhere. Now that the new DC All-In series are coming out in collected editions, which ones have been your favorite? Oh, the Absolute line has been stellar, man. I'm a big fan of Absolute Wonder Woman. I really like New Gods. I thought that was a really good book. So those are some of my favorites. Happy Saturday to you, too. Since we're getting Trial Gambit Omnibus, will we get the 90s Gambit Omnibus series as well? Nothing is for sure yet. That's all we know so far is the Trial Gambit. Anyone excited for Amazing Spider-Man by Ditko Artist Edition? I know I am. Speaking of Artist Editions, I am going to be interviewing my buddy Scott Dunebeer, but he's not coming alone. He is going to be joined by Jeffrey Scott Campbell, or as my buddy Dom says, the cool kids call him, JSC? Is that what the cool kids call him? Okay. Regardless, they are joining me on this Tuesday, September 9th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. They're going to be talking about the Danger Girl Artist Edition, but also their career in comics. So let me know if you're going to be in the chat and just ask some questions. What's my favorite? Oh, Ziggy. I do love Ziggy Stardust. My brain is thinking comics. What is my favorite David Bowie. This questions like this always throw me off when it comes to music because I'm so like my brain is so ready for comic questions that I'm like, oh, I don't know. I never got to see him live, which is a shame. Ghost Machines trades. I did. I love Rockefellers a little more than I did Hornsby and Halo, but they're both really good. You know what? They put on French fries in Holland instead of ketchup, mayonnaise. Oh, yes. You know, also in Peru, I've seen them do that too. Baby boomers ain't dead yet. That's okay. I just finished DC Finest Teen Titans Judas contract. I love that story, man. Really loved it. Although some of the subject matter with Terra and Deathstroke is wow. Can you imagine that story nowadays? Mark Wolfman would be on social media blasted. Like people would be, you can't look through the present day lens at those books. It's just the way it's done. Chris, how are you, brother? Oh my gosh. I liked Low. That was a good one. Does everybody else like what's everybody? Heroes? Heroes is good. Is it wrong not to say Heroes? Yeah, I think Heroes is probably my favorite. What was that? Late 70s? Probably Bowie. While you were gone, Melanie will finally have a quiet house. Dude, she is going to miss me so much. Finished Superman Exile. Can read the follow-up material via digital. Can't wait for the Triangle era. Well, or you can wait till the Brainiac Reborn Omnibus, which will have that content. Remember that, Arya. How was your week, Omar? I'm so excited for X-Men Blue and Gold. It's gorgeous. My week has been busy. Yeah, I don't remember what I did. Did I leave the house? I think I left the house 2 days ago. Yeah, I left the house 2 days ago, and I got to go run some errands for Melanie while her and the kids are gone today. I went to GameStop. I went to GameStop to get a case for my Switch, so I could travel with it and play some games. My Doom Patrol DC Finest arrived the other day. I know nothing about Doom Patrol, but I hear it's good. Oh yeah, Doom Patrol is fun, a lot of fun, and even the quirky Silver Age stuff is fun. How can I become a comic writer if I can't draw to save my life? Find yourself a friend that can draw, Kane. That's the key. Seriously. And then work on a book together. Hi, Omar. It's so sweet to settle into the Saturday live stream. Well, I'm glad you're here, Dana. There seems to be at least 3 Fourth World Omnis. Yes, the Jack Kirby one is the one you want. That's the classic one. And then there's the John Byrne one, which is the follow-up. Fourth World Volume 2. I would not start with that one. I would start with the classic one. Howdy, Omar. Haven't been able to join live stream since meeting you at Heroes Con. Hope you're doing great. Ryan, how are you, dude? I've been doing okay, man. Some days it feels like I'm running on fumes, brother. What happens when Omar's not here and the channel hits 120,000? Oh my gosh, that might happen. Wait. Ed, my dude coming in here saying hi to the lady. Just the ladies. No dudes for him. Has Thor Omni After Kate's been announced? Just started it, and it's really good. Are you talking about the Al Ewing run? Yeah, that one? Immortal Thor had 25 issues, and now I think it got relaunched as Mortal Thor. I would wait until Al Ewing leaves the book, honestly. Saw a post. Guess Italy is getting Man of Steel Omnibus before us, but they're not getting it with restored artwork. That's the big idea behind that, why they're waiting. Hi, Jewish Dragons. By the way, there's some updates. Some of you all suggested things for DC to add, and they said yes. Some of you all said add this, and they said no. I'm going to let Dom record that video. I sent him the information from DC. By the way, big thank you to Alex and everyone at DC for sending us the information, and also for going back and forth when they question, like, why do you think this should be added? And you all were great with your suggestions because you were like, this issue should be added because of this, and this. Sometimes they came back and were like, well, we think this and this. And I know I'm speaking in code, but once you see what they've added, you're going to be like, oh, that's really cool. And it was because of you all, you wonderful people that suggested things. Because I had already asked to add things to that Superman, the new Krypton Omni. And yeah, it was great. I need the Danger Girl Artist Edition. It's going to be stellar. Yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah. That's what the cool kids are calling him, JSC. Sure. He'll be here on Tuesday. Thank you for the super sticker, my buddy Bar. So far, we only have new X-Men and Astonishing and Modern Epics. How long do you think we'll have to wait for more Modern X Epics? I'll probably go for the Epics over Omnis. I did not expect to get a question about X-Men from Bar. Not very long, because for new X-Men, there's not that many. There's going to be a total of 3 modern era epics. Astonishing X-Men, there's only 2. After that, it's the Warren Ellis run, and who else? Christos Gage writes some stories in there, and so Marjorie Bennett writes some of the story. Marjorie Liu writes some of the stories in there. Yeah, so I would imagine Uncanny is coming. Like, Uncanny has to, with either Matt Fraction. The question is, how are they going to map it? Are they just going to say Uncanny X-Men, new modern or modern era epic, or go Uncanny X-Men by Chris Claremont, Uncanny X-Men by Chuck Austin, Uncanny X-Men by Kieran Gillen? Like, what are they going to do? That's the big question. I hope they just give us an Uncanny X-Men modern era epic collection. And where would I start that? If Astonishing and New X-Men are starting at that time Chuck Austin's run was happening. Ooh, that's a tough one. Do you start at Chuck Austin's run, or do you start with 400? This is such a good question. Omar, are you planning to go to New York Comic Con this year? Not this year, man. Not this year. Just because my funds are going to be going overseas. It takes a lot. And I'm very blessed that, I'm getting flown over there, and Walt's finding us a place in Berlin, but still, it's everything else, right? With travel. It's arm and a leg. Jeffrey Scott Campbell, winner of the Create Your Own Game Nintendo Power content. I will remind him that he beat me out, because I actually entered that contest. Show off the old man. I don't have an old man in my basement. Are you thinking of Omnidog? Omar, I would like a Storm Omnibus. Me too. Monaco Rambo Omnibus. I'm with you there. And Osakotano Omnibus in the near future. The third one, is there enough material? And Monica, man, that would be a lot of Uncle Roger's Avengers. I would definitely include Next Wave in there. I don't care if it's canon or not. That's just a fun book. Hey, Omar, I'm returning to Rotterdam tomorrow. Will you still stop there? I am going to stop there on Friday, I think. Friday and Saturday. Man, I haven't even had time to look at, plan things out. I need to, oh gosh, there's so much to do. Thank you for that reminder. But yeah, we'll be there Friday and Saturday. David Bowie was also a good actor. He was in Twin Peaks and The Prestige. And let's not forget his greatest role as the Goblin Prince. European mayonnaise is completely different from American. It actually tastes good. Okay, well then I'm definitely trying that. Dude, I've tried all kinds of food overseas. I'm not opposed to trying anything new. Have you read Moon Knight, Fist of Khonshu? Yes, I have. I saw Bowie 4 times, late 90s, 2000, Lon Marston, and Glastonbury. I never got a chance to see him, man. Omar, slipcase for Once and Future at the End of the World worth the $20, in my opinion. Any slipcase to me as a collector is worth it. I mean, there's nothing really that stands out about it. I don't know. It really depends on your, on your collecting behavior. Do you have to have the top tier, or are you okay with just having the hardcover? I guess comparing it to something like a video game, do you have to get the limited edition, or are you okay just having the physical copy of the video game? Or even movies like 4K movies. Do you need the steelbook, or are you okay with just the bare bones release, right? Marble Wolfman, he wasn't a villain. Greetings there. Greetings back to you. Wait, why are you still home, Omar? I thought you was leaving for you. Man, do you ever pay attention, Ryan? Ever? Ziggy Stardust. Yes. Ooh, I got to catch up on the chat. 2 days ago. Are you a hermit? No, I'm busy, Bar. It's called work. Try it. Ooh, I almost slipped into my dad mode. Good, Omar. Good morning, Omar. Today's my first day off in 9 days. GameStop. Every GameStop in my area closed and disappeared. Yeah, it's changed. It's not the same, man. If there's Blue and Gold Volume 2, how do you think it will be mapped? Will it go up to Absolutely will not reach Age of Apocalypse, I don't think, because you would need. No, it's too much, man. You need Fatal Attractions. You need Cyclops and Phoenix. You need Legion Quest, and you need Phalanx Covenant. That's just a lot. Even if you're just including Uncanny and X-Men issues, maybe Peter and I can do that one day. I miss talking to him. They canceled my Spectacular by DeMatteis order. Had to order somewhere else for 20 more bucks. Yeah, it's out of print. It's crazy how fast that one went. I don't think not enough pre-orders came in. Omar's far behind. Super chat. I saw the super chat. I got it, buddy. I got this. I actually need to talk to you, James. Something serious. Phenomenal AC. How you doing, dude? Hey, I'm back to Nick N. Welcome back, buddy. Why does it keep changing? I don't know. YouTube is weird. They change everything all the time. Good morning, my friend. As a Mad Cave fan, where did you get your shirt? And do you need anything from Lowe's? I'm good on Lowe's, dude. They sent it to me. They're very nice. They are so sweet. So sweet. I have been pushing Mad Cave books for a long time, and they always remember that I was the first person on YouTube to mention Mad Cave. And I don't know if it was the Latin vibe, because there's a lot of Latinos working on Mad Cave, but I remember them reaching out to me. They were like, yo, man, nobody was talking about Battle Cats. Thanks a lot, dude. And yeah, gosh, it's crazy. And then that Kickstarter's coming with a hardcover. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Mad Cave. Would the X-Men Blue and Gold Omni be a good buy if I want an Omni with Jim Lee's artwork? Or is it better to go Epics? I don't have any Jim Lee issues yet. How much do you like Jim Lee? Do you need to have Jim Lee in oversized format? Then yes. If Jim Lee is just a good artist that you're okay having most of the things in a standard size book, then go the Epic route. Plus, we're getting Bishop's Crossing reprinted later this year. I'm really glad we get the opportunity to suggest content for collections. Sometimes the publishers even listen to us. Absolutely. It is a blessing, right? I can't imagine. Can you imagine Nintendo's listening to us? Can you please make Wart a playable character in Super Smash Brothers? I will take a poll. I don't know what other company does, honestly. I'm still trying to find a channel that is connected to a publisher that prints vinyl, because I want the Chrono Trigger soundtrack reprinted. I have not read Frank Shin's Batman. I'm probably going to wait, honestly. Like I've waited on Chip Zdarsky's Batman. I'm going to wait. Good evening. How are you, brother? I'm assuming Melanie got the new Bat. No, she didn't, actually. Have you read it? And do you have any thoughts? I haven't read it. If she picks it up, I may read it. I may read it. I haven't collected it either, but if you had to pick, would you get the new Blue and Gold or the Jim Lee ones? Blue and Gold, consider an event. Blue and Gold is mapped better. Blue and Gold is when Adjectiveless X-Men launched and Uncanny was going on at the same time. I did a short explaining how it's mapped, and oh my gosh, it is so perfect. I have to fight back against the Omar that maps his books in his head. Because it is a great reading experience. So yes. And I hate slipcases. So there's your answer. Amanda's not getting it. Amanda's going to get the deluxe edition, or maybe she's not at all. Hi, Omar. Does Blue and Gold contain the full X-Force? And no, it does not. Only material that is the Shatter Shot, which is really all you need. The other backup stories are contained in the X-Force Omnibus. So that's how they make you double dip. Honestly, slipcases are overrated. They're cool and all, but the price they charge for them aren't often feel worth it. No, James is not in trouble. I need James for a secret project. Do you think they will ever make an absolute Jack Kirby superpowers? Consider it's only part of his fourth world that didn't get us. I'm surprised it didn't make it into the second volume. I would say so. They're fans of a lot of the classic stuff. I guess it depends on how much restoration it's going to be, really. Yes, you're doomed. Welcome back, buddy. Read the news. The new #1 of Batman by Fraction, my first modern Batman since dropping Snyder. It was all right with a few head scratchers. Artwork. Oh, Jorge Jimenez is the artist on that, isn't he? Oh, yeah, he's always good. Hey, Omar, has a company send you Marvel Rivals art book? And plus, my birthday was 3 days ago. Happy birthday to you, man. Melanie is not here, but feliz cumpleaños a ti. There you go. Happy birthday. And I think it's on its way. That's another one that went out of stock quick. Calm down, Omar. It's just mapping. Okay, come on. I don't get on you for getting excited about the tractor pull on Thursday nights at the high school. Hey, Omar, do you like Archie comics? Any collected edition you recommend? Archie's Dead. I like that one. Believe it or not, I actually haven't read a lot of Archie since I was a kid. I used to love the little digest-sized books. But Jugheads by Chip Zdarsky was actually a lot of fun. Mark Waid's Archie was really fun, too. Omar needs James to hack someone. I do not need anyone's help with that. I really want Jim Bell and Catwoman Omni, not in trade paperback. Thank you for the super chat, Demon Slayer. I think we will get that one day. I think a lot of people have fond memories of that in the 90s. Plus, it's Jim Bell and Catwoman. It's got its own fan base. I'm okay with slipcases. Dust jackets are definitely annoying, though. If the boards had titles on the spines, I'd throw them all away. Some of them do. Some of them are identical. Like all the library editions of the Miller World stuff have the same design as the dust jacket. I just checked the Fantagraphics website. It looks like the complete Web of Horror is out of print again. Dana, editor extraordinaire, who edited that wonderful book. It was one of my favorite collections released last year. It did come back. That one had a limited edition slipcase too. And that came again. Went. Hey, thank you, Patel. What are the top 5 comic book issues that you feel were either influential to the industry or to yourself? I actually, oh my gosh, maybe I need to update my videos because, I mean, they are hitting somewhere on YouTube. Maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago. No, it's been longer than that. It was the first year I did. It was on Thanksgiving, and I remember doing it 2019, 2020. Maybe I need to update the books I'm thankful for, like books that changed my life. For me, it's at different points in my life. Reading God Loves Man Kills as a kid really stayed with me forever. And so to me, that's like the greatest X-Men story. There was a maturity level that I didn't find in the ongoing series when they wrote that book. It was so powerful, and the message, oh man. Nightwing by Chuck Dixon. When I was I was at a low point in my life doing some bad things. I was serving community service at a local Goodwill, and it reminded me of the kid I used to be and the kid I aspire to be, who I wanted to be. I would probably say Astonishing X-Men, issue number 6. Yeah, I got 2 words for you, bub. Oh man, that solidified my staying on it, like staying with comics. I had taken a break for years, and then I came back to comics with that. This is a little bit of a spoiler, but if you don't know the book, it's not going to mean much. But there is a chapter in Berserk where Guts is looking at the people he's surrounded with, and he's having memories about the Band of the Hawk. And he's thinking about, they're all laughing and like, they're all together. And he has this just flashback of the way things used to be. And he calls them comrades. And I think that forever stayed with me because that's what life is, right? You run into a group of people, you meet so many people in your life, but people are in and out of your life all the time. You don't even realize it when the last time you talked to somebody was. And it's all about just finding these friends that stay with you. I love that page. I wish I had the original piece. But that one stays with me. That's why these stories are very important. And I probably Green Lantern Rebirth issue 6. When Hal is getting beaten down by the Parallax, and it's like, why don't you just give up? And he's like, I never learned how. It's a good one. That stays with me. So there's a lot of stories that will forever stay with me, live rent free in my head. It's a great question, man. Tractor pull at the high school. Look, Ryan, you and Duke can be best friends, buddy. Now that DC has DC Finance, do you think they'll ever start an omnibus line for post-crisis? I 100% do. I have so much faith that they're going to eventually start that. Are you going to see the Demon Slayer movie? Probably not. I'm going to be out of the country. Do you think they'll restock the NAM Omnibus? The NAM Omnibus? Yeah, NAM. Omnibus, the standard cover sold out. Probably not. I don't think that's going to happen. I had to pay too much for the DM cover. You got the DM cover, really? Having seen Fraction Batman 1 this week, but I am reading Nightfall at the same time. History. Wow. Nightfall. That brings back memories. Hey, Omar, can you tell the best regarded classic writers of Captain America and the Hulk? I'm not their biggest fan, and I'm being picky with the epics. Thanks. Okay. Again, this is just my opinion, but Mark Gruenwald's run's phenomenal. It's my favorite Captain America run. And also for the Hulk, I got to go with Peter David. I would start with early Mark Gruenwald. By the time he gets to Catwolf, it's fun. And you're just in it for the haul. And by the time you get to Armored Captain America, it's just ridiculous 90s stuff. But the beginning, man, that was good. You had a guy that completely understood the character, and he was on the book for 10 years. Yeah. Most people probably say Ed Brubaker. Most people probably say either Greg Pak or Al Ewing for Hulk, but I got to go with Peter David. Peter David took what Bill Mantlo was starting, and I'm not going to get into the whole thing about Barry Windsor-Smith and Mantlo, but what Bill Mantlo was starting in his run, and then, oh my gosh, Peter David just blew up the idea that the Hulk was always Bruce Banner. Yeah, those two. Wow. Thank you, James. Yes, there's the link to the top 10 graphic novels I'm thankful for and why. Someone asked me why I don't have as many Omnis as Omar. Yeah, why? Hey, Omar, why do you think Marvel had Slott stay on Spidey for so long? I mean, Fraction or Gillen could have gotten a shot, but Slott seemed to hold on to Spidey like a fat man holds on to his Twinkies. Probably because they was selling and they, like, you know, like it was selling. Other than that, I can't imagine why not. He wanted to stay. Yeah, he wanted to stay. There we go. It was selling and he wanted to stay. That's why. That's pretty much the first volume of Fear and Omar. I haven't read it yet. Hi, Omar. Hi, Minties. Hope all is well. Hope you're doing well, man. Hey, wanted to ask this question for some time, but could never catch a live stream. Have you ever had any stability, longevity issues with your KLAX units, or did you reinforce them? No and no. Never had issues with KLAXs. I've had the I can't turn my camera around right now. I got to get a new all-in-one, by the way. But the KLAXs that I have right in front of me, I've had those KLAXs, I think, since it was the second year into production of KLAXs. It might have been the third year. But no, I've never reinforced them because the weight of the books just hold them down, and I double pack them because they're in the middle of their rows. If you've seen my library tours, never had any issues with any of them. I mean, just like maybe factory issues, like they got a couple of dings in them, but I'm not doesn't matter. Yeah, see, Hulk by Greg Pak is also great. I agree. Are you a fan of the DC animated movies? If so, what are your top 3? Mask of the Phantasm, Sub-Zero, and probably Doom. Yeah, those 3. I haven't seen a lot of the newer stuff. I think The Killing Joke just completely ruined me from watching any more Batman or any DC animated stuff, and I'm sure I missed some gold. You know, I take it back. Mask of the Phantasm is the best Batman movie, not just animated. Yeah, J.M. DeMatteis' run was so good. Roger Stern's short run. There's so many, but if I had to choose one, I got to go with Mark Gruenwald. You could put anyone on Amazing Spider-Man, and it will always sell well. No, you need to talk to Terry Cavana about that. He'll tell you why he was off the book. KLAX is a little floppy until you get it stocked up. Oh, is that what's happening? You could, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I've always had so many books. I always fill them up so quick. What's your favorite modern Elseworld story? I'm planning on picking up Dark Knights of Steel Deluxe. I love that one. And probably Deceased, just because it's such a different take on the zombie stories. Oh, I need to add that to the giveaway pile. I don't need that. I've got the omnibus. Sorry, I'm looking at my deluxe edition. Omar, does Marvel know about not selling out? They do, but in the past they've told me about pre-order, so I don't know. Under the Red Hood was really good. I thought it was okay. I liked it. No, Justice League New Frontier. I like the comic more, but I did like Doom, which was Dwayne McDuffie's, rest in peace, last project. So I do like Doom, even though they used a different character than they did in the comic book version of the Tower of Babel. Return of the Joker's good. Actually, you know what? Return of the Joker's probably my. I would replace the Sub-Zero one with that. Yeah, that's a good one. I like the Batgirls one too. That one was good too. From my Reddit post, my IKEA abilities reinforced still look drunk. Hey Omar, I've been watching your videos and streams for a little over a year and just wanted to say thank you for the time and effort you put in. My wallet and my bookshelves hate you. You're welcome. You're so welcome. That is my goal, to get everybody's wallet to hate me. In Volume 1 of Captain America by Mark Gruenwald, Steve is working for Marvel Comics. There are some cameos by creators, but I don't know who Don and Dave are. Who were they? Don Perlin, maybe? I don't know. I would have to look at the issue. The animated Justice Society World War II movie was good. I haven't seen that one. Written by Jeremy Adams. Yeah, he comes from the world of animation. Cosmo Shop Time already? Is that when we do it? We do it now? I thought it was 11:45. Hey Omar, how have you dealt with bullies in your life? Were you ever a bully? Wow, what a deep question. I think so let's answer one thing at a time. Was I ever a bully? No. My brother, I think, put it the best way. He compared me. I don't know if you've ever watched Scrubs, but there's a character named Dr. Cox in that. That he comes across like an a-hole, but once you get to know him, like you see who they truly are. I think that's me. Like I've heard a lot of my friends and a lot of close friends tell me that, man, that first time we met, you were such a jerk or an a-hole, or I got caught worse names. But once they got to know me, I think they knew where I stood. How did I deal with bullies? So I obviously Latino. I grew up in Kentucky in a small town in the 80s. And how I dealt with it was I got called a lot of names. I went to a private school, and I'm not giving this advice to anybody, but I would get into a lot of fistfights. I would get suspended from school. I would get into a lot of fights because when we came to America, I was put into a private school because that's just the way Catholics are with immigrants, right? Like they take you in and they were like, oh, why don't we just throw them into the school system? I didn't know English. I didn't speak English. And a lot of those kids that were really well off were a bunch of a-holes. And I could tell they were making fun of me. And yeah, I just get into fistfights a lot. I didn't win every one of them, but I never backed down. I think when I got into middle school and high school, because eventually I did go, like I made friends with a lot of these kids, by the way, still lifelong friends with them, like a lot of these kids, because, you know, people change. But when I went into high school, it was the public school system. And that, again, it started with, you know, making fun of, again, the only Latino in the entire school. It's crazy to think about now, but I was explaining this to my daughters the other day, which is just the type of diversity there is now in schools in Kentucky, in the small town in Kentucky, is just so different. I got into a couple of fights, but then I just stopped listening. I stopped. What happened is that I stopped giving words power, like derogatory words. And once I did that and just kind of started minding my own business, the making fun and the bullying just kind of stopped. Once you give people attention, once you give them that power, because you can tell, or they can tell that they're getting under your skin, they're going to keep doing it, man. And those kids that are jerks will grow up to be jerk adults later on. So yeah, that's how I dealt with it, man. I just ignored it when I got older. Absolutely ignored it when I got older. And I understand that there is power with words and you shouldn't put up with it. But that was the way that I had to put up with it in order to, get by. So didn't expect to go down that road on this comic Q&A, but thank you so much for asking. Top 5 Daredevil. There we go. Top 5 Daredevil villains that aren't Kingpin and Bullseye. John, you are such a jerk, by the way, because I had Josh on the channel and you did not ask him any questions to put him on the spot. But I'm going to do you a solid. The Hand. The Hand is one of the greatest villains, like, for anybody, even Wolverine. I don't know if they rank in top 5 for Wolverine. Typhoid Mary. If written properly, Typhoid Mary is an awesome character. Purple Man for Mark Waid's run with the Purple Children. Alone. Oh my gosh. Mr. Fear. Great character. I don't like I almost said the Punisher. That's a good villain actually for Daredevil. But I actually really like Lady Bullseye. The design and everything. Yeah. I love it, man. Good question. Next time, put someone that I'm interviewing on the spot because I like your questions. Why do writers struggle to write good Rogue or Wonder Woman stories? I don't know. It's got to be tough. I just reread John Byrne's run, and man, that first arc, I forgot. I'm not a big fan of John Byrne's run on Wonder Woman. About the second part of that omnibus is when I'm like, oh, he finally got her voice down. Like, he finally figured out what to do with the character. He even admits it I think in the introduction, he admits it. And I've seen other interviews with him talking about how he didn't even know how to draw her. So a lot of people just were saying, oh, you're just drawing She-Hulk. But yeah, when you get to the middle of that omnibus, it's you can tell that he's enjoying himself and having fun. There is an introduction by Greg Rucka in the Wonder Woman omnibus, and he talks about how he was approached or how he wanted to write her. And DC just holds her so near and dear and up on a pedestal that I think writers have a hard time identifying who she is. How do you write somebody like her? So powerful, so beautiful, so strong and smart. I don't know. I see this often though. And by the way, I'm not even talking about men writers. I'm talking about every writer, women. Sometimes women have a hard time writing that character too. I've seen it happen. I'm not going to say any names. Well, I did say John Burns, but I was just in the middle of doing my overview of that book. That's why I brought that up. But yeah, even women struggle writing that character. I think she's just such an iconic character that it means a lot to people. Yeah. Oh, dude, man. That was 2 months ago. What was 2 months ago with Lydia? When I was just telling her the story. What are you doing? Oh, you're not driving, are you, Tina? Okay, good. I was like, I hope you all have fun, by the way. And tell Oddfell I said hello. Yeah, nowadays I just bully people into buying Omnis. My parents told me that if someone put their hand on me, that I can dish out knuckle sandwiches if necessary. I think I told my daughter that too, that use those martial arts skills. You should go to CincyCon. Ryan Otley will be there. When is that? I was thinking about doing a convention here towards the end of the year. I was in the 5th grade. For whatever reasons, a class of 1st graders attacked me. They all just wanted to take down one of the older kids. I got in trouble. Are you bragging about beating up a bunch of 1st graders when you were in the 5th grade, Josh? I don't think that's gonna work out for you, man. My parents, I read that. Drink some water. Who are you talking to, Tina? I went to a Catholic school for a couple of years. They had a clique, and I was the new kid and also had social phobia. Thus, I was the outcast. You're right. There are too many a-holes there. And there's good people. There were good kids there. It's just, a-holes were always the loudest. Do you recommend picking up Dawn of X Volume 1? Haven't read any Krakoa stuff, so I don't know if I even like it. But I fear I'll miss the train if I don't get Dawn of X. I would definitely try it first. Do not buy a $150 omnibus. Give it a try. You can find the trade paperbacks really cheap, especially now, the anthology trade paperbacks, like that Volume 1. It will give you a taste of what each of the first issues is like. Or you can get either X-Men, the trade paperback, or pick a couple of the series. Do not go, like, I like it, but I would never tell someone to go and like go completely blind and buy it. Omar, Dad, as someone who grew up with a disability, even though it was severe kids pick up on it, and it was not fun. Oh, for you, when they did. Thanks for opening up, Omar. Oh yeah, man, it's ridiculous. Well, I mean, I meant what I said. I remember teaching my daughter that lesson. I think she was like 3 years old, and we were at a park, and they were having like a church gathering. And again, please, I'm not saying that all church people are like this, but the kids at that church gathering were playing in this tent. There were like 5 little girls, same age my daughter is. She goes up and says hi, and they were like, I didn't hear what they said. All I saw was their actions, and they zipped up like a tent, and they were pretty much telling her to get out of there. And I told her that day, some of those kids will grow up to be jerks. So it's our job to like make people feel welcome. So we don't act like that. Yeah, she was 3 years old. I took her to the park. I'll never forget that. And I thought I came real close to like channeling 20-something-year-old Omar and going over there and talking to the church folks about raising them kids. But I was like, yeah, I'm just going to let it slide. X-Men Blue and Gold, a good starting on point for X-Men. I was going to get Claremont's giant size X-Men Volume 1, but it's sold out. Yeah, right now it's out of print. It is. That's what the relaunch of X-Men was X-Men 1 was meant to get new readers to start reading the comic book. Yeah, no Stiltman for me, man. Lady Bullseye. John was a jerk bully in elementary school, so now he's a jerk as an adult, right, Omar? Odds are probably, dude. I had to save some money for Josh Greathouse Kickstarter. 1 Iron Man, please. Oh, that's right. That's why I forgot about that. My bad. You did the right thing, John. Hi, Omar. Daredevil, the Owl 2 villain. Oh, I do like the Owl. Yes, he did. Melanie Kelly. Wait, is this Melanie talking? Like you took her phone? Oh, Melanie Slice. Melanie says Kelly Thompson doesn't struggle. No, she writes that character so good, man. Question: has Gargoyles from Disney, not the Hunchback of Notre Dame version and comic, only just art book, encyclopedia, visual history? It's such an underrated gem classic. Has the Gargoyles from Disney, the comic book Gargoyles, that's coming back to are you struggling, Tina? Simone did a great job. She did. Hey Omar, when can we look forward to the most wanted Batman books? It's my favorite list. Let's see. Next week is X-Men, or this week coming up is X-Men, and then the next Wednesday is Batman. Then the Wednesday after that is Spider-Man. The Wednesday after that is Superman. And the Wednesday after that is Manga. Ooh, I'm having a lot of fun with that list. That list is like, wow. I don't think any of these books are like less than 20-something years old. Maybe I need to change it up. It was really hard to follow George Perez's Wonder Woman. I don't think Messner-Loeb's ever got the hang of it. I actually really enjoyed Messner-Loeb's take on Wonder Woman. George Perez's was just, I think it was just word heavy, but I liked it though. It was good word, if that makes sense. Omar, Wolverine Volume 1, we're coming out for the first time today. How do you think they'd map it? They would not put Weapon X on there. That's for sure. They would do it in chronological order for sure. I'm conflicted whether to get Amazing Spider-Man Modern Era Epic Collection, since JMS's run seems quite controversial. Do you recommend skipping this to Slot Volume 1 or giving JMS a chance? I recommend you read everything, my dude. I don't care who tells you it sucks. It could be your own mother and father, and they're like, don't read that. Judge it for yourself. Seriously, you're going to miss out on a lot of great stories if you listen to people. I don't care who your favorite reviewer is. This is why I don't watch movie reviews anymore. This is why I really don't review books, because I don't want people to miss out on something that they may enjoy. I have my own opinions, of course, but if you listen to people, you're going to be like, wow, they overhyped that book, or wow, that book was great. I don't know what, like, you're going to miss out on so many good stories. Do not miss out on it. Yes, a lot of us have problems with Sins Past and One More Day, but I think there are people that actually like it. Those books keep coming back to print. Omar, is Wonder Woman by Gail Simone Omnibus worth buying? Absolutely. I'm currently reading Greg Rucka Omnibus, and I'm really enjoying it. It's my first Wonder Woman Omni. What's your favorite Wonder Woman writer and run? The one you're reading right now. That's my. I've been wanting that book for years. I don't think his Rebirth was as strong. It's got better artwork though, but that run right there was stellar. And I'm a huge fan of George Perez and William Messner Loeb's run, and Gail Simone's run. But that run, he nailed it, man. I love that run. Daredevil is one of the characters who had consistently great runs over the years. What would the DC equivalent? You know, someone else has asked me this. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'll tell you the DC equivalent. Hellblazer. I said it when we were talking about the upcoming collected editions of DC. I said the Paul Jenkins run of Hellblazer is my least favorite run of Hellblazer, but it's still better than so many books out there. That's how good Hellblazer was. So what you're saying is Wonder Woman's greatest adversaries aren't rope and railroad tracks. No, they're not. That's right. Don't throw the first punch. Thank you, Scott. But definitely throw the last, or at least try. Sarah, how are you doing, dude? My fellow birthday buddy, man. This is the year of X-Men. Is there any new announcements or my wallet? Okay. I don't have a list yet. I think they're currently working on the next, but I think those won't be coming until November, those announcements. So you got a little bit to get excited about what's coming in 2026. It's weird. We got like 2 X-Men Omnis this month, 2 X-Men Omnis next month, one Guggenheim, and the other one. What's the other one that's coming out next month? David just sent me a list because we were looking at the covers. Give me 1 second and I'll tell you. Who was it? What? October. There we go. So the books are X-Men by Jerry Dugan. That's the, wow, already coming out. Dugan and Guggenheim are coming out next month. That's nuts. And two big ones this month. Always good to see you, Sarah. Try Hoxpox first. Oh, yeah, try that. Well, that doesn't get reprinted until November. And don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you, Tina. And if you're interested in picking up any of the books that I've talked about and you live in Canada, check out bdcosmos.com, the Canadian leader in graphic novels. They have a physical storefront in Montreal, Quebec. 25% off your orders of 99 Canadian dollars or more. Free shipping everywhere in Canada with every order of 250 Canadian dollars or more. And let them know near mint condition, that's our channel, sent you their way, and you'll be added to the monthly $25 gift card raffle. Entries are for new and returning customers, and that's BD Cosmos, your Canadian leader in graphic novels and collected editions. I think that's what Melanie says. Hey? Man, I blew it. Omar, howdy. What are your thoughts on the upcoming DCKO? I'm so out of the loop, man. I think I saw a poster. Cool. They had like a bracket poster. I'm stoked. Sure, I'll read it. Scene in the Step Brothers fighting middle school. My niece was born with limb issues, missing an arm, one leg is short, one goes the other way. She was like 3 or something. Parents made fun of her worse than children. People are just jerks. They are. See, that deserves a good butt whooping. Anybody makes fun of my kids, that's different. You make fun of a child as an adult, that might be worth going to jail for. Forget it. Never mind. I should have said that. Do you think DC can speed up their output for Volume 2s? Not looking forward to wait more than a year for Winnick Arrows Volume 2 and John's Titans Compendium 2. They have so many projects. They have so much to catch up on, man. It's going to be a while. Chris, how you doing, buddy? Hope all is well with you. What books are you bringing to read? How did you know? Let's see. I've got Pearl, Shitano Joe, and there's something else that I'm taking. I'm only taking 3 books because I know I'm bringing back other books from Germany and the Netherlands. What was the other book? It's a Fantagraphics book I just got in. It might be one of the Lost Marbles, maybe? One of those books. I can tell when a book is going to take me a while to read, so I'm like, oh, plane ride. Yeah, let's do it. Hi, Omar. Is Thunderbolt's Dark Green Omnibus a good jumping on point? Everyone here is going to say yes, including me, if they've read it. Yeah, it is. It's a different take on the Thunderbolts. It's a different idea behind the Thunderbolts. The reason I like Wonder Woman Burns run is because, just like George Perez, he nails her villains really well. Also really love Wonder Woman versus Darkseid issue. Yeah, he can draw one heck of a Darkseid. It's one of the greatest Spider-Man runs of all time, despite the controversy. Yeah, read it, man. Absolutely. Are you excited for Man of Tomorrow? Not titled as Superman would be interesting for how the story plays out. Am I excited? Yeah, I like the first movie. What do you think of Bruce Jones' run on Hulk? It is so different. You could tell he comes from a horror background, and that's the kind of story he's telling, right? Body horror and like psychological horror. So I really liked it. I think that's why I liked Al Ewing's run so much. It reminded me of Bruce Jones' run. And I think I appreciated a run like that, especially after getting done with like what Paul Jenkins run, and right before Peter David came back for that little Tempest, what was it, Tempest Fugit, and then we got Craig Pak. So I liked it. I did. It's not for everybody, but I really liked it. I liked how different it was. Gemma's Spider-Man run is often considered one of the best runs. I agree. Yeah. Spider-Man's history, but it does have 2 major stories that most hate. Yes, also true. That's a true statement. I love a lot of things other people hate. Yeah, and so, right? And that's what my point is like, so who cares? Right? There are things you own. There are things that are near and dear to you that no one else likes. It doesn't matter, right? You're safe, Omar. We don't care about your opinion. Timestamp title. The art from Sin's Past is great. Mike Deodato Jr. Yeah, he was killing it, man. The moment I knew my taste in liking things was screwed. Oh, where is Warren? That's who we need in here. Was screwed up is when I would watch Michael Bay's 6 Underground movie and liked it. I mean, look, dude, those Bayformer movies do so well. Obviously, I am in the minority when it comes to those movies. I hate them, but people love them. So, yeah, everybody's taste is different. I love Messer Loeb's Wonder Woman almost as good as his Flash run. He was really good at building supporting cast. That's what I liked about him, making a rich, realized world for heroes to inhabit. Hey, Omar, I've just started the Aldebaran by Leo. Have you read? I have not. The dialogue is a little stilted, but the premise has you hooked. I have not read it. Leah Williams, Kelly Thompson, Anna Senti, Louise Simonson, and Gail Simone are my top 5 female creators in no particular order. Honestly, I really like Mariko Tamaki, especially her independent work. Her independent work out, her Detective Comics was a little bit of a slow burn. And I did not like that Harley Quinn book, but I really like every one of her books that she did, like published independently. I have not read the new Batman issue. I hope y'all are enjoying them. Thanks for the FOMO last week. I'm now the proud owner's. That's not what I was trying to do. I swear. I just don't want anyone to miss out on a book that they have been waiting years for. I can't keep up with so many books. I know. Me neither. Hey, Tony, how are you doing, buddy? I'm excited for Scooby-Doo Apocalypse, as am I. I didn't get the chance to finish the original story. Well, now you can in one big book. The first letter of Canadian alphabet is Sean the Silk. No, it's not. There's a new Batman Detective 52 coming out in June of 2026. A new omnibus? Chester? Is that you in the picture, my friend? You were looking stellar. You think we'll ever get an X-Men Claremont Lee? Oh my gosh, Jim Lee and Chris Claremont on a title, like on the spine of a book. 100% those books will be reprinted. I don't know if they'll want to be reprinted when they're doing this blue and gold. I don't know why I'm pointing there. It's not there yet. It's over here. But you know, I really thought they missed. I almost mentioned this, and I'm glad I didn't, because oh my gosh, you all would have hated me. So the spine, if you watch my video on this blue and gold, here, let me get it really quick. This is the design of blue and gold. By the way, this gives me hope. If you look here, X-Men Blue and Gold, see the subtitle says Mutant Genesis? It gives me hope the next book will be something else, right? It'll say X-Men Blue and Gold, The Wedding of Cyclops and Phoenix, or Fatal Attractions or something. Now, what I was going to suggest is, oh, it would be really cool if the direct market is like the yellow spine and then the standard edition is the blue spine. Then I thought, no, that's stupid, because then there's going to be somebody out there that buys both of them. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Had Tom step out, but caught up on the bullying question. I never got into fights because it was always emphasized to me not to get into trouble, but I did deal with bullies in middle school especially. I'm sorry, man. Hope you're not dealing with it anymore. I learned about Scott McCloud's Zot for the first time this week. Have you read it? I have. You have. What's it like? A space book. If you enjoyed it, what do you like about it? I like Scott McCloud's artwork. I mean, he is a master of laying out the panels in sequential art. Ducks. Thank you. That's the other book. Okay, I'm taking Ducks. I swear I'm taking Ducks with me. Matter of fact, I'm going to grab it before I go upstairs today. And Feeding Ghost. Oh, how is Feeding Ghost? Speaking of Darkseid, what are some great Darkseid stories? Well, one of them is a spoiler because it's on the freaking title. And, you know, the story is like, what, 40 years old? So I don't think, dang it, I hate spoiling it. But he's on the freaking cover. Like, I can't help that he's on the cover. So, the Great Darkness Saga, the Legion of Superheroes, Great Darkness Saga is one of the very best. What was the other one? I actually really like World War III. Most people would say Rock of Ages, but Rock of Ages is that good too. And that's JLA Rock of Ages, during the Grant Morrison era. Great Darkness Saga. Final Crisis. After some rereads, absolutely. You know what's a really good one that is now accessible to everybody is the DC Galactus. What's it called? The Hunger? That's a really good one too. My wife would probably say Mr. Miracle, the Tom King book. I think newer readers would probably say the Darkseid War, the New 52. Yeah. I am going to be in the Netherlands on the 17th. Going to be there for a few days. No, 12th. The 12th. Wow. Just like that. Just like that, man. Bayformers don't exist in this house. That's right, baby. You women writers. There he is. Or you could have just stopped at women, right, Ryan? I think the first Transformers from Bay is still good and watchable, but it drops so fast with the sequels. I think the second one is one of the few times I wanted to walk out of a movie. And I don't walk out of movies. My wife can tell you that I will watch crappy movies all the way through. Bailey, how you doing, dude? But 2, I was like, man, when the dogs, what am I even watching? The mom and dad are high on brownies. Like, what's happening? Yeah, not a fan of that one or anyone's after that. Hey, Omar, do you know how often new DC Finest volumes get announced? Just ordered the first volumes. Golden Age Superman, Silver Age Flash, Silver Age Doom Patrol. I'm hoping we get unprinted Bronze Age stuff. More stuff is coming, yeah. We just got the content for the Bronze Age Brave and the Bold, I think is what it was. So Dom will be announcing that content soon on the channel. I'm a new reader and finished reading Ghost Rider Danny Ketch Omni Volume 1 and liked it. I pre-ordered Volume 2 and was wondering if you think we'll get classic Johnny Blaze Omnis. I think we will. Absolutely we will. And there's no way. They've been masterwork, so the heavy lifting has been done. That's why, again, hashtag save the masterworks. Because like we already have it, right? It's the same thing. Like it surprised me we don't have like Jessica Drew Spider-Woman, and why don't we have that yet? So yeah, I think we'll get it, man. Absolutely. Let's see. Rumiko Takahashi, Danielle Corsetta, Hiromu Arakawa are some of my favorite female creators. Ooh, Rumiko's a hard worker, man. Missing Melanie. Omar, name 5 black women. What? Just 5 black women? Storm? Vixen? Misty Knight. Yo. Whew. Thunder. Monica Rambeau. Oh, my goodness. Monica. Ooh. Just 5? Thunder? I don't know why she came to mind, but yeah, Thunder. Yeah. There you go. 5 black women in comics. How essential is it to read Johnny Blaze before Danny Ketch? Absolute 0. You don't need to know anything. Everything is explained within the pages of Danny Ketch. That was my ghostwriter growing up. And I didn't even start with issue number 1. Howard Mackie does a great job of explaining everything, the demon, and then everything that happened towards the end of Johnny Blaze. As a matter of fact, Johnny Blaze towards the beginning of Danny Ketch's run is just a myth at first. And then slowly but surely, you get this biker dude with a ponytail and cool sunglasses and the Hellfire shotgun that comes out of nowhere. And you're like, oh, that's the guy they're talking about. Yeah, you don't need to know anything, man. Omar, how many Omnis would be made from Big Time? Oh, gosh, so many, dude. Well, I guess it depends on when they want to stop Big Time. Do they want to go all the way to worldwide? And then what do you do with the crossover like Spider-Verse, Spider-Geddon? Spider Island wasn't an omnibus. 4 probably. I got a question for mainly peeps in the comments. Will X-Men Blue and Gold start with the X-Men number 1? It does. Omar, Ultimate Spider-Man 5 or Ultimate Death Spider-Man? Which would you stop your collection on and be okay with? Unbiased answer. If I was so first of all, this is completely unbiased because I don't really like Ultimate Spider-Man. But if it was me and I was into Ultimate Spider-Man, if I had to choose one, I would definitely get Ultimate Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 5. Just because it has that Volume 5. And it's the final part before you go into Miles' run. Yeah, I would do that. It's really weird hearing someone say they like World War III when it still needs to happen at the moment. Doesn't need to happen. And we were talking about the comic book JLA. Good morning, Omar. What are the memories of reading The Spectre by John Ostrander? Really excited for the upcoming omnibus. I love that glow-in-the-dark cover. And I don't think I've been bamboozled, but I think they're going to have a glow-in-the-dark cover with that omnibus. Realistically, is there a way to get a second Blue and Gold Omni doesn't almost completely overlap with Fatal Attractions? Yes, but you don't need to collect all of Fatal Attractions. You just need to collect the important part, which is, if I were to map it, if it was just me, it would be X-Men 25. Of course, you would have to have Uncanny in there, right? You would have to have Uncanny 3. What was that? 305? No, 303 is the 304. Well, and then yes, all the other issues leading up to that too, like 300 and 300. But yeah, I would not collect X-Force. I wouldn't collect all those issues of X-Factor. I wouldn't collect X-Factor 92. Maybe parts. The only other issue I would collect besides those two, X-Men 25 and Uncanny 304, would be Wolverine 75, just because it's the aftermath, like legit. I haven't actually had time. What shops am I going to visit in the Netherlands? I actually bought a little Pocket Pro camera to take with me instead of taking the big cam. I bought some new wireless mics. I haven't even learned to use them yet. I haven't had time. Everything I'm doing is reading. I stayed home today to work while my whole family is out making memories, and I should be with them. But that's just life, right? We all do it. So I think maybe on Wednesday, I got a buddy of mine that lives there that wants to meet up in Amsterdam, and I'll ask him like, hey, what comic shop should we go to? And I need a film. So I haven't even made a list yet. Oh, part works. Okay. Hi, Omar. Where's Big Barda? Is she fighting Darkseid? I hope she's upstairs cooking me some nice lunch. That's not sexist, by the way. I just want Big Bart at my house. She can be sitting on the couch. I'll make her lunch. What would X-23 volume material be? I actually mapped that out. My dude. You are in luck. Let me see if I can find my list, what I added. Now, again, this is my mapping. It's different than Peter's. It's different than the ones that we do. So keep that in mind. But I actually mapped that out a couple of years ago, whenever we got the first one. Wolverines 1 through 20, X-23, the 2018 series 1 through 12, and then Deadly Regenesis, which is not good, but we need it. I pre-ordered Cat's Eye Omnibus since I heard it from you. Oh, I can't wait. I'm supposed to get an advanced copy of it, so here's hoping. Any chances we will see Alan Moore's top 10 reprint? Did it get voted in our most wanted? They've been following that that list, seriously. Ooh, Moon Girl's a good character. I like that girl. Not looking forward to doing yard work. 87 degrees. Woo! Do you have Big Time Spidey Epic Collection yet? I do somewhere. Where did I put it? It might have been upstairs, but I did get it. I highly recommend listening to Pulsant Flesh while reading anything by Capullo, Omar. We need your presence in Denmark on your Euro tour. Maybe I need to extend my Euro tour. Joelle Jones is... Oh, by the way, and Joelle Jones is so fun to hang out with, too. She's a blast. I got to hang out with her at 2 cons after the cons, and awesome. I'm a big fan of her stuff too. It was blocked. Who blocked it? Well, we got James in the chat. He knows to unblock it. What's up, Crop? I'm missing black women today. Name 5. What? Oh, I really hope that my wife is listening to this right now, because that would melt her heart. Just Melanie in general, like Melanie Griffith. Does that count? Melanie Martinez. I did not expect to get this question. Who's another famous Melanie? Like who? Oh my gosh. What's her name? Scary Spice. Dude, she has aged like fine wine. Just like my wife has. Oh my gosh. Melanie Griffith. I said Melanie Griffith already, right? Why am I drawing a blank? Melanie Martinez. Who is that British actress? No, I already said Spice, Scary Spice. Melanie Linsky. And well, what's her name? Melanie, is it Blot? Melanie Blot, maybe? This is a tough question. This is harder than the one that John had. Which Ghost Rider is my favorite? Oh, the one from my childhood, man. Danny Ketch. What are your thoughts on X-Men 2099? Do you like it? No, I'm not a fan of X-Men 2099. Is Absolute Ed of Batman by Loeb matte paper? Absolute. It's the Absolute Edition. Yes, it is. Which cameo and what lights do you use for your camera for my videos? I use 2 different cameras. I use a Sony and a Canon for depending on the shots. The Sony is what's shooting me, and I need to replace it. And I'm gifting this one to a good friend, because I had a good dad, and he taught me to give people things when they can't afford it. And I have a Canon that shoots the books, so like the overhead shots are done with the Canon. So those are the kind of cameras I have. And then I have this little, it's a Mevo for the live streams. Good question, man. Good morning, Omar. I have listened to your Saturday live streams for about 5 or 6 years. Thank you for what you do for the community. And thank you for being here. Hi from Illinois. Are you going to do overviews of the new Omnis coming out in September? Absolutely. 100%. With the exception, the one that's hurting me the most is a Scooby Apocalypse, because I'm going to be gone the week it comes out. So my buddy Dom is going to do it. I think he's read most of it, if not all of it. Let's see. I just got a text message from my wife. Oh man, there's so many people dressed up here. Okay. And I'm just going to say, have a blast. And you all said hi. And on the 20th, again, I will be at Walt's Comic Shop. They are the #1 store if you live in the EU for pre-ordering omnis or big books. And they're based out of Berlin, Germany, which is where I'm going to be on September 20th, along with other people like Felipe Andrade and Christian Ward. And they have flat shipping rates for €12 for all EU countries and bulletproof packaging. And if you tell them, or if you use the code near mint condition, all one word, at the checkout, you will get free shipping on your next order for all EU countries after your first order of over €40 or more. And that's Walt's Comic Shop, your reliable source for omnis and premium collected editions in Europe. Ting. Thank you all. Thank you all. N.K. Jemison, Eve Ewing, Marjorie Abu, Erica Alexander, Zoza Micah. Well done. Did you grill Jones about her art sweat? No, we were drinking. Why would I? That is not the first thing you bring up. Top 5. Oh, top 5 Latinas. Is my wife still listening? What do you need? What kind? I mean, like based on what? Their work or Latina women? Like Salma Hayek? Like Penelope Cruz, Sofia Vergara. I'm going based on based on talent. Based on talent alone is what I'm doing here. Oh my gosh, there's so many, man. Morena Baccarin. Oh, I love her. The reason why I love Firefly so much. Who's another young lady? Shakira. Oh my gosh, Shakira. Based on talent again. Based on talent. Melanie Walker from Batman Beyond. Melanie B and Melanie C. Fake Melanie fan, dude. That was a tough question to answer. I feel like there's a Melanie Mellons. Yeah, that's not in the comic book industry though. Melanie B is just as a person. Is she? Batman Gotham Underground Deluxe Edition. Omar, what is the oldest single issue and collected edition you still own in your collection? Probably something that I was sent by a viewer. One of the, I think it was one of the 50s EC comics. As far as my X-Men, I think my X-Men go back. I had to sell a lot. 96, I think, or 97. One of those two is my oldest one. Omar, #1, Melanie, say your wife. I did. They knew that. My shop has Ghost Rider 2099, Spider-Verse Omni marked down at 60. Should I grab one? Yeah, it's Spider-Man 2099. That's good. Or the Spider-Verse, sorry. Ghost Rider is new and Spider-Verse is used, but in really great condition. It's a good book. Another Harley Quinn omnibus, new Catwoman omnibus. Is this your personal list? Tell the amazing and talented Melanie that we miss her, but we can deal with her sidekick Omar. She's already ignoring me, so I'm hoping she's having fun. Savage, Hawkman, Deluxe, or Omnibus. Do you think we're going to get the Trial of Flash and collected in color I needed? Oh, yeah, we will one day. What's going on, man? I mean, if a company was flying me out, you can throw some jazz hands in that ting, is all I'm saying. I don't know what she does. I really hope I'll see not only Omar at Waltz, but some of your others as well. I think I think he's sold out. Shakira's up there, man. J-Lo. I almost said J-Lo. Talent, man. That's what I base it on. Top 5 Christina Hendrick movies. You all need to stop. Ooh, Ana de Armas. Is she Latina? I don't know. Is she? She's really talented. Rita Moreno. What's better, Salma Hayek GIF or Catwoman falling? Catwoman falling makes me laugh. I almost said Eva Mendes, man. Almost said Eva Mendes. Yanet Garcia, Jessica Alba, Jenna Ortega, Isa Gonzalez, Eva Mendes, man. Morena Baccarin is just the best, smart and sexy. Yeah, gorgeous. Absolutely. Drop that gorgeous lady, too. Isabel Mercel, Ana de Armas is Cubans. Oh, yeah. Oh, I like her. Yeah, I like her. Yeah, I like her. What a tough question. Like, that was a lot harder to answer than Famous Melanies, wasn't it? Or maybe not. Maybe it was just tougher to answer for me. Good question though. And Jessica Alba. What about Latina comic characters? That one I think might be easier to answer, right? There's so many that I like. Okay, let's see. I just read Hawkman, and I'm like, oh, I forgot. I didn't know she was Latina until that cover. But then if you go back and read Jeff Johns' Hawkman, her mom is. Where was she from? She's from Ecuador, I think. So I guess it makes sense. So Kendra Saunders, Jessica Cruz, Renee Montoya, one of the greatest, like legit one of the greatest. I actually liked Anya Corazon. It's a great character. I'm trying to think of okay. I only got 5, so I know somebody's gonna be like, he hates America. It's true. I almost want to go with Yolanda, who was the new Wildcat. Y'all remember her? Oh man, but Renee Montoya, Jessica Cruz, I really like. The new Supergirl, she was good. When I was a kid, I liked what was her name? Bonita Juarez, the Firebird girl. We didn't have a lot, man. Just like Latinos, we didn't have a lot of characters when I was growing up. Jessica Alba, y'all still naming names? Still has it, yes, sir. Video for Hawkman Omni this week. I'm undecided and need nudging. I think it's scheduled to come out this week. I have to figure out. When to release it. Omar, Civil War Omnibus from Marvel. When? I don't know. Sorry, I'm late. Ibsy, how you doing, dude? I had some friend group shenanigans to take care of. I went out last night with work colleagues, and it was messy. I hope everything is okay. There's a lot of Latinas in the world. There is. We know. There he is. We know Omar doesn't like America. I don't like America Chavez, man. I don't. Mexican Gwen Stacy. Does she count? I don't know if she counts or not. Yolanda's in the current JSA, so she's still relevant. Oh, well, I need to catch up with JSA. I like that character. I am not okay. I was a fan of pro wrestling, and it's not because I stopped watching it because it sucked. I haven't had time to watch it. Lucha Libre I never got into though, but pro wrestling, man, I grew up in the 80s, so it has to be like Ultimate Warrior. And please forgive me if any of these people are problematic now. I'm just talking about the way they were when I was a kid. I like the Rock and Roll Express, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Tugboat. I think maybe I was misreading. One of my other friends still keeps up with all wrestling. He was telling me a little bit about Tugboat. I think he had some kind of health issues. Rowdy Rod Piper. Oh my gosh, there's so many that I liked. Yeah, man. The Road Warriors. Dude, wrestling was so different back then. I don't know how it is now. I actually liked Macho Man. He was married to my buddy's sister, Miss Elizabeth. That's my friend JP's sister. Lex Luger. Used to like that guy. Ric Flair. Man, I'm just thinking about how many of these guys are gone now. Bret Hart, those guys. Rock and Roll Express, hell yeah, Rock and Roll Express, man. Who Transformers names their kid America? Somebody that really likes America. Man, I don't even dare say anything considering about other women with my situation going on. I only have to have my head on a degree where a random person is standing and her department berates me. What is happening, dude? I hope everything's okay. I have an extra Ultimate. You have an extra Ultimate Warrior comic I was going to give you. Dude, I love the Ultimate Warrior. Tugboat. Where do I sign up? Yeah, it shows my age. I haven't watched it in years, man. I quit watching wrestling 20 years ago, retired with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Rest in peace, Ultimate Warrior. Hulk Hogan is king. I never liked Hogan. Bret Hart will always be my favorite. Hot Rod. It was always a pleasure to watch with wrestling. You can't just drop that, you know me, Miss Elizabeth, like that. Yeah. So she is from Frankfort, Kentucky, and she was married to Macho Man. I never got to meet him, but I got to meet her. Beautiful, beautiful lady. Dang shame what happened to her. A lot of these people, man. A lot of these people in that industry. Sergeant Slaughter, who was also in G.I. Joe, met Super Mario and Scooby-Doo. I actually like that guy too. Oh, dude, top 5 Transformer characters, not Optimus Prime or Megatron. I got this, baby. Hot Rod, Whirl, Tarn. Oh my gosh. Okay, not in comics, but I love the way that Trax looks, but I always hated his voice because he sounds like a guy that comes from Harvard. Like, oh, it's so annoying. I'd rather stay in my fabulous auto mode. Oh, but I love that he was a Trans Am, man, an 80s Trans Am. Starscream. Starscream is queen, dude. I love that character. I think every incarnation of Transformers, Starscream is going to betray Megatron, no matter what. Is that 4 or 5? Did I name 5? And Cup. I think the older I get, the more I realize I'm turning into Cup and less like Hot Rod. Gotta mention the Hulkster, even though he really messed up his entire legacy his last year. I honestly, until Ryan mentioned it, I forgot he passed away. So man, we lost. Gen X really went through it that week, huh? Because Ozzy Osbourne also died that week. Definitely look up Lex Luger and Miss Elizabeth. Prepare to get bummed. Oh, I know, man. It sucks. You started with the most problematic wrestler. What? Okay, again, I'm not talking about the character, like who they are as people, if they were still alive, or what they did. I'm just talking about when I was a kid. Is Ultimate Warrior canceled? He's dead. I still watch wrestling. How I've been my entire life. You know, there's a huge connection between wrestling and comics. Then it kind of makes sense, right? You're kind of watching a soap opera with a bunch of costumes. Bret Hart is awesome too, but he is one. Bret Hart is still around though. Man, what happened to Owen? So that's kind of around the era when I stopped watching. Nightbeat. Oh, Nightbeat's an awesome character from the comics, right? Undertaker was good. Ballpoint. And Perceptor. My wife loves Ballpoint. Perceptor. John, are you still watching? Rowdy Road Piper got a G.I. Joe figure. Yes, he did in convention. So did the Fridge. Not to be that guy, but Trax was a Corvette. Please always be that guy. Yes, he was a Corvette. We make those in Kentucky, Bowling Green, Kentucky. Oh, I have worn your Perceptor shirt. Thank you very much. And twice now. Thank you. Once on video. Just give in and accept that he is great. He is not. Absolutely not great. I'm writing an impulse show Bible to maybe pitch. Is there anyone you like to see besides Young Justice? Oh, on an impulse show? Max Mercury. If you're being serious. Max Mercury, man. Ratchet is cool. And yeah, this is Kentucky, man. We call it wrestling. Willie was cool and hated so much. Willie sucks. Kit was a Trans Am. Thank you. Theo, Malcolm, Jamal Warner from the Cosby Show. That's, yeah, man, Gen X, man, we were suffering that week. Like a lot of our childhood. It sucks, man, when part of it goes away. Wrestling is basically Broadway comics, yeah. Sting, I forgot about Sting. I liked Sting before he went and changed up with that crow-looking outfit. I like his 80s. Yeah, Sting. Have I seen The Rock of late? No, I have not. I know Batista lost a lot of weight. I almost put Blaster there, but if I have to pick between the cool Transformers, it's got to be Jazz. Scatman Crothers did his voice, man. I don't know. Princess Diana loved Maggot, but didn't get to finish his storyline. Are you talking about Princess Diana of Princess of Wales? And are you talking about Maggot from the X-Men? And she didn't get to finish it because she died? Is that what you mean? This is a really weird comment. I need some clarification, please. Good sir. Autobots, Starsaber, Bulkhead, Grimlock, Ironhide, Infinite Decepticon, Six Shot. Oh, Six Shot is cool, man. Overlord is awesome. Swindle and Death Saurus. Oh, good choices. Best Japanese Transformers. Headmasters, Master Force, and Victory. Head on! Master Force. Ooh, between these three, Victory. I think Victory had the greatest designs because I'm with my dude had a spirit here. Overlord, I know he's from Master Force. Death Saurus and Starsaber just look amazing. My daughter got huge, and she went through a little bit of a Gundam phase because of Starsaber. Any chance your Dom to renew the complete collections of DC has been putting out? The new JLA are the most complete I've ever seen and would serve the basis of proper omnis. Probably they're going to go compendium route, but I would like to see that too. I think, yeah, there is a Dom video. I think he is going to do JLA. I'll have to double check with him because he's also busy with school and helping me. He's editing my Avengers Reading Order Part 2, which I filmed a week ago. That's going to be dropping while I'm in Germany. And then he's got a couple of other, like, I know he did Stormwatch, so that will be dropping. Omar, are you going to give Marvel Zombies a try when you do Reels Talk? Well, I need to figure out how to continue doing Reels Talk first, and that's something I need to think about. By the way, I've had a few people offer to come on the show. Thank you all so much. Just a lot of things to think about, and also, you know, rebuilding that structure of having a Wednesday show at 8 p.m. It's asking a lot of people to show up like every Wednesday at 8. But I do want to bring it back. It is a nice change of pace for me who reads. I like watching movies and I like talking about them. So it's a lot of fun. So I will probably watch Marvel Zombies. I will be honest with you, probably won't like my rating because I wasn't the biggest fan of the What If series. But you know, that show could be good. Tips for reading omnis quicker. I actually was talking to my oldest daughter about this. I think we are the two quick readers in the family. Because she goes through books like, I was amazed just how fast she read all of, what was she reading? She read all of Chobit. She's reading Monster right now. And I thought, why are you reading so fast? And she's like, I don't know. I got it from you. And I'm like, oh, that's right. I am a fast reader. I tell you what helped me. When I was younger, we used to have bootleg VHS of Japanimation. So that is anime in the 80s and 90s is what we called anime. And we didn't hardly get anything here in America. So we would have to go to shows, and they had different shows there. The fan subs were so awful. They were so like not timed well that they would go by so quick. And I think that with the combination of reading comic books and reading Silver Age stuff just kind of helped me to read fast. So by the time I remember going into, like, I was going into high school, I was able to knock out books that I had to read for school and then going back to comics because I could not wait to read the comics. The thing is, you can be a quick reader. That's not a problem. Like reading a word, if you read the beginning of sometimes if you read the beginning of a sentence and the ending of a sentence, that's all you need to read to get the gist of things. The problem is absorbing that stuff, because when you're a fast reader, you also have to be able to absorb that and it stays with you. That way you don't have to keep going back and forth. When did that happen? Oh, did that happen? Did I miss something? But I mean, do you really want to read fast? I do not. I don't recommend it. I recommend you take your time and enjoy it for sure. Or you can do my brother's way of not reading any of the caption boxes, which is something he did when he was younger, and I would always make fun of him. I'm like, how do you understand what's going on? So that's my quick little tips on how to read fast. Reading is easy. Retention is hard. Yeah. Omar, do you dabble in novels at all? No, unless they're audiobooks, which I'm going to read an audiobook, or I guess hear an audiobook when I go overseas. Rodimus Prime is the best. He's got the touch. Yes, he did. Tips for reading quicker. Only read pages with uneven page numbers. No. Is color of the new print Jeff Johns Hawkman Omni muted? I think I'll do a comparison, but I think it looks the same. I don't think they change any of the scans up. Omar, serious question. Not really, because I think I'm totally in on DC's Finest collection. Do you think they can sustain this line to get as far into Batman to collect everything up to New 52? Yes, I do. But you're not going to like my next part. Those prices have to go up. I know you don't want to hear that, but it's just fact. Because if a line is losing money to get fans hooked, it's not sustainable for very long. You got about maybe 2.5 years before, like, you got to start making the prices go up. And the reason I know this is because I talked to several publishers, and all of them are struggling with, we cannot keep the price. I'm going to leave publishers' names out. I just actually talked to 2 of them this week. Their prices are going to have to go up. So when new printings, not DC, I'm not talking about DC, I'm just talking about other publishers. When new printings are coming out of new books, of these books that have been previously published, those prices are going to have to go up. And it's just the sad state of the world, man. Everything is going up, and I know you get tired of hearing that, but I'm just being honest. In order for them to have a success with this line and continue going, yeah, they have to make those prices go up. I want them to keep them down. That would be great. But I mean, reality is ink, paper, all that stuff is going up. There's no way they can keep prices down unless they're taking a loss. And you can only take a loss for so long. And keep in mind, some of the stuff has never been collected. So they have to do a little bit of restoration. That takes a lot of money. Morning, everyone. So glad to catch you guys. It's so good to see you, man. I read Department of Truth in record time because for large parts of my reading was yada, 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 JFK, yada, 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 be rich. Yeah, you could read like that. You could totally read like that. Manga went up after decades also. Yeah, because they had to, right? I mean, let's not forget, manga is cheaper to print because it's black and white, usually printed in this not great paper stock, especially if you're looking at the 3-in-1s. But yeah, I think, what is manga now? $13 is the cheapest one. Do we still have a $10 manga line? I can't remember. Getting the first Joe Mad X-Men as a kid as my first issue and watching Akira and Ghost in the Shell when I was 13 just dictated my everything. Wow, you got hooked on some good stuff, man. You had Joe Mad, who had that anime flair to his art, and you watched Akira and Ghost in the Shell. Masterpieces. Omar, rate from best to worst. G1, Beast Wars, Beast Machines, Armada, Cybertron, Energon. So taking off my nostalgia goggles, Beast Machines, best. Absolute best. G1. Yeah, G1 actually had some really good stories. Just got to go through Crimzeek and Bot. But those are still near and dear to me. After that is probably... Actually, I liked Energon out of that trilogy. Then Beast Machines, then Cybertron and Armada. No, Armada and Cybertron. Yeah. No, please don't be honest. Tell me they'll get cheaper. I wish. Man, I just had stuff canceled from freaking, where was it? France. I was trying to get something and they can't ship it here to America. I don't know. Every publisher is different, and that's somebody else's job to do an algorithm as to how much, things are going up. And I don't know. I really don't. I don't know how much things will go up. Those DC Finest prices are just too good, but I hope they'll take some time before they go up. Inflation happens even under the best of circumstances. Yeah, we've been living in some great times with these books. I have Max Mercury and characters like White Lightning and Brother Grimm, and you can't do Impulse without inertia. I hate that kid. Yes. Thoughts on the Tron series? I am so pre-ordering those steelbooks when they come out. I love the first one, and I really like the second one. No $10 ones. Okay, so it's $13 the cheapest then? How much of X-Men by Claremont and Lee is in blue and gold? Is it just Adjectiveless 1 through 3? No, what? No, 1 through 12. But it's just Jim Lee stuff. Like they didn't put the so Jim Lee left in issue 11. Sorry, so it's 1 through 11 is what double dips. But they didn't put in issues 10 and 11's backup story with Maverick. Remember that? Drawn by Tex. So those are not in the Jim Lee and Chris Claremont. So it just double dips with issues 1 through 11. Read both DC Compact, Batman Hush, and Court of Owls. Why? Which did you like best and why? Between Hush and Court of Owls? Oh, I like Hush, Jim Lee. My YouTube shorts underneath the stream are all about wrestling right now. That's awesome. Did DC announce an Alan Moore Swamp Thing DC Finest? No, they have to do some color restoration for that. Don't forget Beast Wars 2 and Neo. Those are the Japanese shows. Omar, for Dawn of X Omni, do both covers have the gray borders? I think I've actually shared that on our social media if you want to go and check it out. It's on Instagram, on Facebook, and Twitter, and Blue Sky. I'm super excited about DC's Finest line since they don't add uncollected stuff to the app. And Automan. Dude, Automan, I did not know this. I'm sure you did. Automan only lasted 12 episodes, and then they got canceled? Any chance for Batman by Dennis O'Neil Omni? I think the Bronze Age is what's taking its place. So I don't know if we'll get a reprint of that. Maybe after they do the restoration on all of it. No love for Transformers Robots in Disguise. Was that in there? Was that? I don't know if it was. I started collecting comics only a few years ago and jumped straight into Omnis. Got a DC Compact last year to take to ES, and I just couldn't with the paper and quality and stuff. I've been spoiled. Oh yeah, I like the size of these books, right? Like to me, I think this is perfect. I'm 47 years old. I gotta wear. The heck are my? Okay, I was like, where the heck are my readers? It's getting sad, man. I have readers down here. I've got readers upstairs in the bedroom. Like. Can't fight it, man. You can't fight it. Can't fight age, but it beats the alternative. That's for sure. But yeah, I got spoiled by those too. How do I know what is better to collect for reading experience, an Omni or an Absolute? I'll be honest, if I wasn't doing this YouTube channel for a living and I didn't have to like compare and do an overview of an Absolute, the way I collected Absolutes were I love the art. That's why I had the Wildcats Absolute Edition. And because those stories are awful, and the story meant something to me. So if the story meant something to me, I would definitely get it. Like I love Why the Last Man, I love Preacher. Those are some of my favorite. So I'm like, oh, absolute. It's bigger. They look classier on the shelf. So that was the way that I would purchase them. Thanks for. I'm so tired of talking about those stupid things, man. What do I think about DC Compacts? I think they are a phenomenal way to get people to read these books. The idea is, hey, here's 10 issues, here's 12 issues. Gotham Central, for example. I just talked about this just recently, I think, with my friends from TikTok on that live stream we had, which I'm bringing back, by the way. I'm doing another round with some newer faces. The email went out. Oddfell's joining me for that one, so she'll be returning. I think it's going to be the first Wednesday in October, if I'm not mistaken. And I've sent out invites to a few people that have asked me if they could be on, and I owe them a spotlight on the show. But anyway, yeah, I think the idea is here's $10 for 11 issues, 12 issues of Gotham Central, for example. Oh my gosh, I'm hooked. Where do I go from here? Well, you can go the omnibus route because it's the only thing that's in print. I think the trade paperbacks are out of print. So you're going from $10 to $100, $125 for the complete story. That's the idea, right? Whether that works or not, I don't know. I'm sure it does. A lot of people are talking about those books. I think the marketing for those were done properly. So I'm a big fan. Personally, I need things bigger. Getting harder to read the tiny font, man. Omar, speaking of Jim Lee, is there only one absolute for Wildcats? How much of the run does it cover? Just the Jim Lee stuff. Doesn't get to the Alan Moore and Travis Charest, which I think is superior. Grandpa Omar, one day. I can wait, though. I heard that some Green Lantern stories from the 90s are hard to find. It's due to the writer, is why I heard. You would be correct. Can't wait for the Transformers Kickstarter to be released. Oh, me neither, dude. Did I kickstart that? No, I think I went through Cheap Graphic Novels to kickstart it. The 2001 Robots in Disguise is at Disney now, thanks to their purchase of Saban's library. When we get X-Men Blue and Gold Volume 2, well, it won't be called Volume 2. I think it will be called something else. Mutant Genesis just has a nice ring to it. What would the next one be called? The Wedding of Cyclops and Phoenix. That sounds lame. She wasn't even going as Phoenix then. She was going as Jean Grey. I don't know what I would call it. Phalanx Covenant would be just too confusing. It would be called X-Men Blue and Gold. Mutant Regenesis. I don't know. Something quirky. Well, I'm only 24, but once I'm older, I guess I'll appreciate the bigger pages and words. Maybe then I'll read more than I buy. Yeah. It's that balance, right? It's like, oh, I can get all these things, but I don't have the time to read them. Quit drinking, quit smoking, quit meat. I'm going to live forever. I got comics to read. Well said. Jokes aside, we read the first part on the NMC book club. You can join on Patreon, but want to read more? The colors can take or leave. Hello, Omar and everyone. If you were to guess, how long will the Marvel Masterworks hiatus last? We just got the Simonson Thor. Thanks. I don't know. They're still getting nice emails, so that's good. So the word is still out. Don't stop. If you want them to continue the line, of course, don't stop that communication. Let them know that you would like to have it back. Absolutely. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I have no idea. But it's happened before. They have put a hiatus on the Marvel Masterworks. So DC Compacts will never collect a whole run of characters over multiple volumes. 100% correct. The idea is to collect Court of Owls, and that's it. And get you hooked. So you can go the trade paperback route, the omnibus route, or the absolute route. That's the idea. When Batman said, "Who do you think I am? I'm the GD Batman," I felt like it's such a powerful... You forgot the rest, which makes that quote even edgier. When he's talking to a kid. I love that. I love how stupid that book is, man. Any recommendations for inspiration to get me back into reading? Big DC fan. Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Flash. So you got burned out reading? That happened to me a lot. I would take a break from my hobbies, and I remember when I would stop reading, it wouldn't be very long because it would just be like a couple of days, and this reading for fun because I genuinely enjoy reading. I would play a video game or watch a movie, and then I'm like, I'm bored. I think I want to go read X-Men. I think that's how my conversation in my head went. But if you're a big DC fan, go read something that you like. Like it's almost like comfort food. It's like you've taken a break. Go and remind yourself why you love this medium. Go and read a Batman comic, your favorite Batman comic, your favorite Aquaman comic, your favorite Wonder Woman comic, and Flash. And then when you're like, that's why I love comics, then you start looking for other books you haven't read featuring those 4 characters. That's my suggestion. I don't know if it's just my TikTok or what, but I feel like I'm seeing a lot more people getting into comics as of late. I was actually talking to a good friend of mine that works in a publishing company for one of the publishers, and we were talking about this, and we were talking about how their side of things is it seems like everybody wants free comic books on TikTok and Instagram, and it's getting old. Like some of these people are just doing things and saying, "Oh, I'm into comics," so they can get free swag. And I think it's weird because, starting this channel 9 years ago, that was never the idea. And the idea to me was always making videos of things I wanted to see when I was collecting. Like what would have helped me start my collection type of videos. And that's why, and those are still the videos I do, besides, the overviews. That's why I love doing reading orders. And that's why I look talking about hidden gems and things like that. It never occurred to me, because I used to write reviews for manga and toys for a magazine, and publishers and companies would send me things. And then, when the channel started growing, it started to get bigger and bigger, and publishers started reaching out to me about sending comp copies. And of course I was like, one of the first ones, of course, was Mad Cave, because I had hyped them up. They were so sweet. I still love them. Dark Horse, the lady that worked at Dark Horse was the same contact lady I had when I was working at a magazine. So she was like, "Hey, is this the same Omar that used to write for Anime Beckett magazine?" I'm like, "It is." Is this Jack? That was her name, Jacqueline, who is now a Fantagraphics. It's a small world, I swear. Not Fantagraphics, I'm sorry. She was a Fantagraphics, and now she is at Abrams Books. But the people that I talk to, PR, it seems like that's what they get bombarded with. Hey, this is my channel. This is my TikTok. This is my Instagram. I'm a big fan of comics. How do I get free comics? It's so weird. It's a different world, man. And it feels like, to me, that's a lot of people's goal, is like to be on a comp list. And having so many people in the industry and being friends with so much of the PR people, everybody's goal is to get on that comp list. But the thing is there's a lot of people that have taken advantage of those comps over the years. And, I don't know who you all watch, and I'm not starting any rumors. This is just something the publishers have told me. When they send out books, they're hoping to get some kind of overview or coverage. And people don't. Like, legit people just either, I'm just quoting what some of them have said, either dance with the comic, don't tell you anything about it, or flip through it not knowing anything about it, and or don't even cover the book. And it kind of discourages them from sending things to TikTok, or I don't know how in the heck I got into this conversation. Oh, TikTok. So yeah, there's a lot of legit people, getting into comics, but then there's a lot of fakeness just out there too. So I'm happy. I'm hoping that a lot more people are getting into comics, and it's not just a phase, right? I asked my wallet how many free comics I got in the last few years ever. Woo! Never forget, Omar did all this for New Warriors and Smurfs. Oh, I wish. Omar helped sales for Crossing and Batman Year 2. 2 books that have never been reprinted, man. Can you ask DC to get me? No, you need to clarify the question I had for you when you were asking about Princess Diana and Maggot. I need clarification on that first. Free comics, Hoopla, and Public Library. You're welcome. Oh man, I actually shared this story. I'm in a group chat. I don't get in there often because I don't really get on social media much. But I'm in a group chat with content creators, and I will never forget getting messages from random people that don't even know me and starting their emails with, "Hey," or messages, "Hey, can you give me the contact of Marvel, because I just started my channel. It's going to be big. And I swear, I'm quoting this. It's going to be huge. I need to make sure they can send me books because I want to help them grow." So in my head, it never entered my head that people would be asking me how to get books, like how to get comp books. And I'm like, they reached out to me, is what I said. So I'm like, that's what you do. You genuinely do this. So that's always my advice to people that are starting their channel. Why are you doing this? Are you doing this to have your voice heard, to have your opinions out there? Or are you doing this to get free books or to meet your favorite creators, right? I don't know. I've met a lot of fake people doing this. That's for sure. Gotta bounce now. Later, homies. Stay pimping. You too, Cromp. Be good, man. Batman Year 2 was reprinted in DC Finest a short time ago. It was. With the deluxe edition covers, which surprised me, never mind. I'll keep that story to myself. Rest in peace, Princess Diana. You would have loved Absolute. Is this even real life? Did he get back to me with his answer? You haven't gotten back to me. I need to know that answer. I want to help them grow. Dude, I swear. I think they made like I just remember I shared that with, at the time I was only talking to the Omni Bros, and I shared that with them, and I'm like, this is crazy. People are just randomly hitting me up like, hey, I just started a channel. It was during the pandemic when everybody was starting a channel. I need to know how to get on like a complex. I need to know who you talk to at DC. Can I get that email? It was insane, man. Like, I'm like, DC had just started sending me books at that time, and they don't anymore because they went through a whole shift change. But anyway, Marvel Writables getting young readers into Marvel. Yes, those videos on TikTok of mine, like whenever my brother keeps up, like telling me, like, hey man, you need to do a video. Who do you tell me to do? Angela. And I'm like, why? He's like, she just showed up on Marvel Rivals. And I'm like, okay, I'll do a video on Angela. Are modern thank you again, Patel, for the super chat. Are mobile comics disposable due to large print runs? And should people only collect gold and silver Bronze Age, considering space in home and value retention? I don't know. I don't keep up with prices of comics. I'll be honest with you. I think a lot of other channels do that. But I focus on reprints of collected editions. They're nothing but reprints. And I've had this question asked about these collected editions, and I always answer the same. I'm like, don't buy these books thinking you're going to make money out of them. Buy them to open them up and read them. That's the purpose of these books. Don't go out and buy a limited edition or 10 copies of something because you think it'll go out of print and you can flip it later. That's a bad idea. You want to do that, stick to just single issues. I think some modern stuff absolutely still goes out of print, right? And especially now, since we got like 5-10 different covers on these books. Yeah, I'm sure that Batman #1, let me guess, Batman #1 has a 1 in 500 cover that everybody's seeking after, right? Or is it 1 in 500? That's ridiculous. Whatever it is, that one's going to be the most sought after book, and it will have that price stay on there for a long time. I remember Scott Snyder's Batman stayed high for a long time too. When you play Def Jam Fight for New York back in the day, were you always Memphis? I do love Memphis Bleak, man. It's one of the big. I just went through my list of my favorite rappers with my daughter. There seems to be Green Lantern by John's Compendium Volume 1 and 2 fairly soon together. Do you expect the rest to follow up quick, or will there be a break? I don't know about quick. Depends on sales. And it's not John's. It's Green Lantern Compendium. So they can put in all of Tomasi, all of Red Lanterns, all of Sinestro. You are in for an amazing treat. Omar, thank you for inspiring me to make a very popular YouTube channel tomorrow to get on that comp list. Dude, the way that the emails would start would be like they knew me. Like, we've been talking for a long time. I'm like, what the heck? Marvel Rivals definitely brought a different crowd of gamers in that maybe they didn't read comics before. I love whatever gets people to read comics. That's at least 2 Mad Cave shout outs. Mad Cave shirt. Are you shilling for Mad Shilling? I remember the first time people telling me that. Man, this guy went off on me for shilling for Marvel on a video. And I remember my reply was like, yo, Marvel didn't send me this book. And he got madder. Like he was more mad after I said Marvel didn't send me this book. Like, I was getting smart with him. Dear Marvel DC, I need you all your omnis for free. I'm a very big influencer. Omar mentions me in his videos all the time. It's always in negative context too. I just want to help corporations. Man, I don't know if I still have those messages. Prince Diana was famously photographed with a copy of Millie the Model number 32. How did I not know this? Omar figured me out. I'm a total fraud and fake fan. Never read a comic in my life. Are you one of those TikTok hotties? I have to go somewhere, Omar, but I'm glad you're giving Marvel Zombies a try. You're welcome, buddy. Ironically, Batman Year 2 is definitely not one of those DC. Easy now. It is so fine. Omar, do you know if Darwin Cook's The Complete Spirit Connoisseur Edition got moved to next year? You can ask Scott Dunebeer when he shows up on my channel Tuesday at 5 p.m. with Jeffrey Scott Campbell, or as the kids like to call him, JSC. He'll be here at 5 p.m. on Tuesday for a live interview. Fake fan sounds like other Mitt channels. Fake fans. Isn't that what you were calling me earlier? Fake Melanie fan? I returned to comics about 4 years ago after almost 4 decades of being away. I returned to them as a way to help the children I work with develop a love for reading, rekindle my love for comics. That is the type of comment I love reading. I love hearing that. I think, to me, I've gotten to the age where it's not about me anymore. I have all these old stories I can go back to and read. So any new stories, like, people get so upset about news stories and what they're doing and retconning and things. I'm like, man, who cares? It's not about us anymore. It's about the next generation. It's the next, they already have us. And how much longer do they have us before, we're no longer here? It's about the next generation of readers. And if stories like Far Sector or Miles Morales or I don't know what's something that got so many people upset, Matthew Rosenberg's Pregnant Joker, if those stories get people hooked, who cares? It's not about us anymore. This is 1 in 1. Are you serious? 1 in 1,000? That's crazy. Yeah, get that instead of an omnibus, man. Marvel Rivals. Dude, if Marvel Rivals got Darkhawk, I would text David and be like, time to print my #1 most wanted Marvel Omnibus. Issue 2 goes for more cash. Everyone gets issue 1, but less people buy 2. Also, very important, other printings get more cash. Like a second or third printing. Marvel Trades. What's up, brother Doug? How you doing, man? The Marvel Trades video will be out this week. And then I'll skip for the next 2 weeks because the way I'm getting them right now to kind of a little behind the scenes is they're coming from the printer, they're coming from PRH, and then sometimes they miss a lot of books. So I'm like, oh, I don't have the whole week, so I'll just wait till 2 weeks are together. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now, like compiling a couple of weeks. So it'll be like this week and some of the books from last week. Omar, at which moment does trade paperbacks, complete collections, even omnibus, the covers collected include their main titles, number, and price? And now they don't include that information. At which moment? So DC never really included that information, or haven't in years. Are you talking about like the trade, like when you're looking at an omnibus? And please correct me. Like when you're looking at an omnibus, is you're talking about like they don't have the price on the cover, like this? Let me. This is just an example, by the way. Like so, this is Uncanny X-Men issue 287, right? So it's got the cover and it's got the logo, the title. I think when they started in the price $1.25, I remember when that increase happened. I was like, oh my gosh, another quarter. I think when they started going digital and they started putting the textless covers, or what people call virgin covers, on Omnis and collections, that's when the change happened. I wish they would still. Are you in the wrong channel? Okay, that's okay. We won't tell anybody. I think Marvel still puts the information as to what issue you're on. DC doesn't. I wish they would. Maybe I'll tell my friends that. I am shooting my haul video today, and it will be out sometime while I'm overseas. Mika, how you doing, man? I am going to Rotterdam, and I will be in the Amsterdam. Then I'm going to Berlin. So I'll be there for a couple of days. So if you see a fool trying to figure out his little camera while walking around a comic shop or certain districts of Amsterdam, come and say hi. Do you think that established fans may gatekeep comics from newer readers because they fear publishers will ship things around to cater to the taste of newer audience? Have you met old people? Some fear change. I don't know. I think it's a mixed bag. I remember when I was working at the when I worked at a comic shop, it was in 1992 to 1997, 93 to 97, I think. And I met so many older people that had stopped reading new comics, that stopped in the 80s. And I remember some that stopped in, oh my gosh, I remember some that had stopped in the early 80s. They didn't have an interest in it. I remember one guy would only get Punisher. He's like, every other Marvel character sucks. And this is, he hadn't read a Marvel comic since 84, 85, something happened. He wasn't a big fan of Jim Shooter. Like, so you're always going to have these generations, these next generations of older people that are just so used to what they like and nothing should change. I don't think a majority of people are like that, though. I think a majority of people either don't care, like whatever, I like the stuff I like, and I think that's most of the voices you're probably hearing are the negative voices because they seem to be the loudest, that don't like change. So no, I don't think. I mean, then again, I don't watch other YouTube channels. I can't imagine there's many YouTube channels of people screaming why things suck. How long can you live like that? That's got to be exhausting, man. I have an updated opinion, unpopular opinion. I think floppies should die and single comics should be digital, but available instantly on an app. And collected editions should be the only paper printed books. Is this thinking flawed? Would it negatively affect the industry? From a fan's perspective, I don't think it's flawed. There is a problem with this, and that is the creators. Number one, digital sales are not as much as physical copies. It's a fraction of how much they make. So if we were to trade weight, some people wouldn't be making it month to month. Some people would have to wait 6 months to get paid. People can't live like that. A lot of these creators aren't doing it to be rich. Not everybody can be a Jim Lee. A lot of these creators are doing it for the love of the art. Yeah. Omar, how many 12-year-olds? I just sent some out to my buddy Hunter, who was here earlier, man. I mailed a box to him. I mailed a box to my buddy Catherine, who's helping the getting comics as a form of reading to some of the prisons that she volunteers for. Catherine, of course, is being the widow of Mark Grunwald, who was a huge fan of advocating reading to anybody. I miss that guy. I think the world would be a lot, definitely comics would be a lot different if Mark was still here. So some days I do think, like, what would Mark Grunwald do? He would give this away. And I sent 5 boxes out just last week. And I still got to save some stuff for the big giveaway coming in. I think we decided in November. I don't know about new Omnis yet. I haven't gotten those lists. Hey, Omar, when you doing the manga collection video? Oh, my goodness. I'm still waiting. They're supposed to be here in October, so I'm hoping maybe shoot it in November. Rotterdam. Omar, you're going to have a hard time getting the right train. Oh, my gosh. That's why I'm hitting you up, Max. I hope I see you in Amsterdam. That's going to be crazy, man. You get to hang out with my brothers and see how ridiculous they are. No change equals boring. Coffee shops aren't what you think they are in the Netherlands, Omar. Excellent. Your thoughts, thank you so much, on Todd McFarlane's writing. I've been reading through Spawn 1 through 20 and personally don't think his writing is that bad, but people hate it. I don't hate it. Hate is a strong word. I don't like it. Personal opinion, and that's all that matters. See, if people listen to me, they wouldn't read things like Spawn. Oh my gosh. But you know what? Spawn is a lot better than his Spider-Man. Woo! Beautiful artwork, though. And that gets a pass. But that story and that dialogue. Most of those weren't wrote by McFarlane. I thought McFarlane did like the first 20, didn't he? Well, you would know, Chris. You've got the freaking Avatar. Oh my gosh, I've gone over. This is what happens when Melanie's not here. Nobody warns me. If you're interested in buying books here in America, check out cheapgraphicnovels.com, our sponsor here in America, and tell them Near Mint Condition sent you their way. Condition. That's the name. I got to record a total of 4 videos today, so I do have to get going. I just want to thank everybody for being here. I'm going to miss you all next week. Dom will be here. The week after that, if everything goes right with the universe and the internet, I will be doing the live stream a little bit earlier at 10 a.m., I think is when I'm hoping to go live. 10 a.m. Eastern Time at Walt's Comic Shop. So I'll be live in Berlin, Germany, and I hope to see you all there. If you are in Germany or if you're traveling in Germany, come and say hi. I should have stickers. I have stickers to give away. I ordered some. They should be in before I leave. But that is it, everybody. I will miss you all. I'm still stressed about getting everything done that I need to do before I leave. I still have a bunch of things to do, and I don't think a week is enough time. And, Jack, you had to throw in another super chat. Okay, Omar, what do you think of the controversy surrounding the already completed documentary about Prince being banned on Netflix? I don't know anything about it, man. I like Prince. I did get to see Prince in concert, so yeah. I'll still watch it. What's the controversy? This is gonna keep me here long. Comment down below what the controversy is, because I don't know what it is, man. Smash that like button on the way out, everybody. Stay healthy and safe out there. I'm out of here for now.